Ah, the control freak. Are you one of them? Do you feel the need to take control of certain situations and maybe your work, relationships, maybe your diet or health? Well, if so, in this video, I'm going to give you 5 steps to help stop being such a control freak in your life. Sit tight. Welcome back to another video. My name is Jen. So, control. Do you feel the need to control certain situations? And if things aren't in order or whatnot, you feel kind of crazy in your head. You feel like you have to. You feel a little bossy maybe. Well, in this video, I'm going to give you some techniques to help alleviate this. Let me just first say, control is a form of fear, underlying fear. And usually this fear is not rooted in reality. Usually it's something that we experienced in our past. So say we experienced this situation where we felt very vulnerable, very unsafe, very exposed. We felt like we didn't have control over a situation. So step number 1 is to get to the why, the underlying fear underneath it. What happened in the past, maybe when you were a kid, that made you feel unsafe or vulnerable? What happened that made you feel like you were out of control? Any kind of instance that means that you felt out of control. Step number 2 is, you probably have an inkling as to why you feel this way. Maybe you don't, maybe you do. But the next thing is to really pinpoint what areas of your life that you're the most controlling. Is it in your relationships? Is it in your work life? Is it with your diet? You're very rigid. Is it with, family life? Pinpoint the main areas, because sometimes you may feel controlling in, say, your relationships, but not in your work, or vice versa. You may be very controlling and dominant in the work life, and relationships, you're okay. This is going to give you more clues into delving into that why a little bit more. And then step number 3 is, once you've kind of looked into it a little bit, then you're going to ask yourself, what if I were to lose control? What would that look like? What would that look like to me? Not to other people, to me. So say if I lost the control in my relationship with my significant other, what is that underlying fear? Where is that coming from? What am I really so scared of? Am I scared that he or she's going to leave me? In my work life, if I don't have control, am I scared that everything's going to blow up, the project? So with my diet, am I scared that I'm going to gain weight? Because maybe I did in the past. So really, you can write them down if you want, but pinpoint the specific areas, again, that you're being controlling. And this is going to give you a little more leeway. So steps number 4 and 5 are going to be techniques to help you release your control. So steps 1 through 3 were more about getting to the awareness, being aware, consciously knowing when you're doing it and in what areas of your life you're doing it. Step number 4 is now about allowing yourself to feel this fear, allowing yourself to feel out of control. So sit with yourself, breathing, and just allow yourself to feel, allow your body to feel. What we're doing is we're matching the thoughts to the body's physiological reaction to fear, to feeling out of control, to feeling unsafe. And what you're going to do when you start to feel something bubble up, or you start to feel out of control, like you want to grasp for control, because that's what's going to happen, you're going to just let it course through you. You're going to breathe and you're going to let it go through you. Now, here's the catch. A lot of times when we feel these negative emotions or we feel the discomfort popping up, we attach to it. Comes up in our body and we attach to it. But in this case, what I want you to do is try to detach from it. Let it go wherever it needs to go in your body and watch it float away. Detachment. So a lot of times when we attach to a negative thought. It's almost like, did you ever have a keyboard and the key got stuck? Well, that's the attachment, the stuck keyboard. So sometimes we have to pop off the key and we see that there's a bunch of little nasty dried crumb bits, right, from when we were eating at our desks underneath. So instead of popping on that key without cleaning underneath, which we like to do, which is the form of control, which is our just suppressing it, whatever, clean it out, clean it out, let it run through your body. And then once you clean it out, release it. Release it. And then step number 5, after you've been aware of when it's happening, after you've surrendered and allow yourself to feel the fear, feel out of control in a certain situation, go up, rise above your body, look at yourself from a bird's eye view. What do you see? You see you. You see you. And you realize that you're in the same place, you're unharmed, you're all good, you rose above it, and you saw that nothing happened. You allowed yourself to feel a certain emotion, which in the past you've attached to, you've labeled as bad because it didn't feel good. But emotions are not good nor bad. They're just emotions. They're physiological reactions by our body attached to a thought, attached to a theme in our life. So the more you do this exercise, you realize that things become less intense. You're more aware of when it's happening. You observe more. You're more connected to not only the thoughts, but the thoughts with how your body's reacting to your thoughts. And you find yourself a little lighter, able to release a little bit more. Okay? And then the bonus step is to rinse and repeat. Because the more you do this, the more you're aware and the more you take a step back and breathe through it and allow yourself to feel out of control. And realize that nothing is happening to you. Sure, it feels uncomfortable. If you resist it, it's going to get more and more and more uncomfortable, and you're going to be more and more rigid. Rigidity stops the flow of energy through your body, the flow of chi. By being adaptable to it, by allowing it to happen, you have a smooth flow through you. And then what happens is you find yourself able to release that thought. It goes away faster. The more you hold on tight, the more you hang on, the more that stays in your body. You're constricting it. You're not letting it go. You're not letting a smooth flow of chi in your body. Nothing's flowing. It's stuck. It's stuck. So you're always going to feel this way. You're always going to feel the need to control every situation. But if you allow yourself and you surrender and you allow yourself to feel and not try to feel better, not try to do anything, just accept it. It goes away faster. It becomes easier. Rinse and repeat. It becomes less intense. You start to feel lighter and brighter. So anyway, I hope this video was helpful for you. Please let me know in the comments below. Realize that if you feel bossy, people tell you you're bossy or you're a control freak, it's not something that's going to be forever. You don't have to accept it as your fate. I'll put it that way. You have the ability to change, not only through subconscious reprogramming, which is just changing your thoughts, right? You could use hypnosis, you could use meditation, you could go to a therapist for that, of course. And sure, it may help. But the most important thing is to also be in tune to your body and how your body's reaction is attaching to your thoughts. And how your thoughts are projecting, past experiences onto current situations. And a lot of times the fear is not rooted in reality. It's a projection. It's because we don't want to relive that experience. So awareness, observing, acceptance, surrendering, all about receptivity instead of trying to force our way through and maintain control, right? You feel your body when you tighten up your fist, you feel things constrict. If you let it go, it feels like, better, right? That's the same with these emotions that you feel, or when you start to feel that bubbling up of like, oh, I'm getting, stuff's not gonna get done, out of control, blah, blah, blah. Breathe. You have to take a step back instead of trying to push forward. Anyway, hope this was helpful. Subscribe. I put out new videos every single week. Other than that, have a great day, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.